mama, I made it to Forbes.
Alright guys, no, this is not clickbait. I honestly made another modification to the Rubicon and I had no idea this was illegal. Good morning guys, welcome to the channel. I'm John. Yes, I made another illegal modification to the Jeep. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So if you've seen the previous videos, you guys already know I have brand new beadlock wheels that I just installed on my Jeep. Now, when I was on the website checking out these wheels, I definitely must have missed it. I did not realize this until I took delivery and I saw this sign that's on the box. Let me show you. All right, so this is the box that the wheels came in. And there's a nice bright orange sticker on the side that says, "Not for highway use." Now, is it really that big of a deal that these wheels are not rated for highway use? Well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, well, yes and no. It definitely does cause some inconveniences, and this is what I'm talking about. When I got the wheels, I called up a whole bunch of tire shops, off-road shops, and I'd say 8 out of 10 shops said no, they will not install them because they know these wheels are not meant for on-road use. So I tried being slick and they said, no, don't worry about it. I only use this Jeep off-road. It's not used on the road. Well, then they said, look, then we will install them, but we won't balance the wheels and tires because since you're not going to be using it on the highway, you're going to be using it at low speeds off-road, then technically you shouldn't need them balanced. So it really did become a big annoyance. So then my best shot was start calling some off-road shops. Believe it or not, I actually had some off-road shops give me the same nonsense. When they told me, oh, we will install them, but we won't balance them because you don't need high speed. So I told them, I'm really into like high speed off-roading, like Baja type stuff. And the guy starts laughing. He's like, yeah, nice try. So that was no good. So I ended up calling up a couple of other shops, did find some shops that would be willing to do it. Again, most shops are not crazy about the idea of even installing these wheels, not because it's even illegal, it's just because honestly it's a pain. When you have all these bolts going around that ring, you can't just use like an impact gun and tighten them at whatever spec. You actually have to tighten these to specification, which according to the manufacturer is anywhere between 15 and 20 pound-feet of torque. In addition to tightening them to that specification, you really need to install these bolts like in a star pattern to get it done right. Again, it's a lot more work for the shop that's actually doing the install. Now, honestly, that was probably like the biggest annoyance. I mean, if you ever break down or you have to get these installed and you're not in your hometown, you're gonna have to call around, find an off-road shop that will do it for you. Your typical tire shop will probably not want to deal with these wheels. Now, the second thing for anybody who's absolutely new to beadlocks is obviously after maybe the first 200 miles, you need to re-torque all those bolts all over again. And yes, you actually have to. It's not just like a recommendation where, you know, it's a nice to have. You do have to. And the reason why I say that is because I have an off-road trip planned actually for tomorrow. And I figured, you know what, before I go to this off-road trip, I was probably at around 200 and something miles that I put on these wheels already. So I went ahead, I got a torque wrench and I torqued them down to around, somewhere around between 17 and 18 pound-feet of torque. Each bolt went around, and yes, there were a lot of bolts that were actually very loose. They were pretty loose. So from what I'm actually hearing from other beadlock owners is after you torque them down that second time, you're pretty much good to go. Some people said that they were actually good to go for 2 or 3 years. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably check them again just to see. I'll probably check a few bolts in another 200 or 300 miles, see how they're doing. If they're good, then I'll probably check them again at my next oil change. But from what I'm actually being told, most beadlocks are not, you know, I guess DOT approved. They're not really meant for highway use. There are a couple of companies that do make beadlocks that are approved on the highway. At least to me, in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal. Even if I would have known that they weren't rated for highway use, to be honest, I would have bought them anyway because they were the exact style that I wanted. They were the exact offset that I was looking for too. Gave it that nice aggressive stance. I absolutely love the wheels. It's a little extra maintenance. I highly recommend that if you're gonna have them, pick up a torque wrench. Now this was the torque wrench that I went ahead and I picked up. I'll put a link in the description to another torque wrench that has like the similar specs, so that in case you guys are looking for one, you can just pick one up on Amazon. I will also have a link in the description for the same exact wheels that I have. If you want to see how much the wheels cost, you'll get the cost, you'll get the back spacing or offset on the wheels from that link below. Now I need to start getting ready, guys, because I do have an off-road trip planned for tomorrow. I gotta start packing up the gear in the Jeep, get everything ready. If it's your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon so you can sign up for notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.